back. Welcome to New Wave Hockey, and I am in my new apartment at college. And also kind of dressed up. First video back in a while. First video of the 2024-2025 season. Technically second because I did a scouting report on James Higgins. We're back. And look at this room, huh? Look at that. Awesome. Syracuse. We got the Flyers here. Team USA. Penn State. I mean, rip the Coyotes. I got a little shrine there. We are back and making videos. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Today, let's focus on what we're doing today. Let me preface before we're starting. Look at me. I do want to say that before we start any of this, what qualifies as a prospect to me is a prospect who has not burned their rookie eligibility yet. I might not mention some of your favorite players. That's fine. Just understand that if they haven't burned their rookie eligibility, I'm counting them. And if they have, I'm not counting them. So I'm ranking these teams based off of that. So clear, good, sweet, awesome. Before we get into all that, quickly, rest in peace to Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. Hockey truly lost two bright stars over this last weekend. Johnny Hockey, you really were an inspiration to me growing up outside of Philadelphia. You were always an inspiration, and you changed the way that I watched the game. I truly thank you for all your contributions, and I send my condolences to your families. That's all I have to say. Back to the video. Today, we are going to be looking at every single team's prospect pool and ranking them, because we got to do a couple of team previews before we start this year. I'm hoping to do like one of the NHL, one of some of the minor leagues, so without further ado, here is my ranking of every single NHL team's prospect pool, top to bottom. Starting with number 1, the San Jose Sharks. Look, we all knew it was going to be the San Jose Sharks. They have the best pool in the entire league. It's actually unreal. You look at Macklin Celebrini, Will Smith, Yaroslav Askarov, who they just got from a trade. Those are the stars of tomorrow. And then, look, they just grabbed Leo Salim-Wallenius, Sam Dickinson, and Igor Chernyshov this year. Very, very solid picks, along with Quentin Musty, who looks just so good. They know how to draft well early on, but they know how to draft later almost even better. And I'm a big fan of what they've been doing there. Number 2 in the entire prospect cupboard rankings, Montreal. Look, are the Canadiens back on the rise? I don't know. Their prospect cupboard just got loaded once again. Ivan Demidov leads the way. That guy looks incredible. He was my second overall ranked skater. He's still my second overall ranked skater from that entire class. I don't know what they were doing, letting him fall to 5. Other than him, there's obviously Lane Hudson, who's going to hopefully take the league by storm next year, and David Reinbacher. That's a pretty solid top 3, but don't forget, they also have guys like Michael Hage coming through the cupboard as well. Montreal hasn't had a really good team in a long time. They've got a lot of prospects coming down the pipe, and they look pretty special. Watch Montreal and their young prospects. Number 3, Chicago. I'm going to sit down for this one. Artyom Levshinov was a fantastic pick for them. He really is going to round out that defense so well, and they've got guys like Korchinski, who's already up and playing, Rinzel, who has yet to take another step. But the other two I wanted to highlight for them, Sasha Boisvert and Oliver Moore. These guys are going to be pieces to that core that it looks like the Chicago Blackhawks are going to be back very soon. Of course, the draft was rigged for them to get Connor Bedard, but again, I'm not here to comment about that. I'm here to comment about how awesome their prospect pool is. This team is going to build back so much better. There's a lot of good things I love to see with the Chicago Blackhawks, and they've been drafting well. Outside of the top 3, into the top 4 and 5, Columbus takes the number 4 spot. Minnesota takes the number 5 spot. Columbus is easy. Caden Lindstrom looks fantastic, obviously. Matejchuk and Brindley are also prospects that are coming up soon. They should make their debuts next season. Again, they're very stacked. It's hard to mess up when you have that many good defensemen. Minnesota Wild, of course, they come in 5th. Zeev Buium, he was my 3rd overall player. Of course, I'm going to bring him up really high. He was taken 12th. What the hell was every other team thinking? All right, that's unreal. Danil Yurov, he may not be coming over this year, but when he does, he's going to have an Evgeny Kuznetsov-like effect on this team. I guarantee it. He looks that good. And Jesper Wallstedt, oh my gosh, he should make some quality starts this season. I'm a big fan of Wallstedt, and I really hope that he succeeds in green. But to round out the top 10, of course, Anaheim with Cutter Gauthier, Beckett Seneca, Tristan Luneau, very, very solid there. Again, Buffalo, Konsta Helenius, Yuri Kulich, and Noah Ostlund. They've always had a loaded prospect cupboard. I'm envious. I really am. I wish my team had that. It's okay. Detroit. I mean, they are the stars of the 2-name guys. Axel Sen and Palika, Michael Brunswick Nygård. They look so tight. And Nate Danielson, hey, he's no snuff either. He looked really solid defensively in a two-way game. Stevie Y is going to love that. Of course, they're going to love that guy, Nate Danielson. You may not because he doesn't score a lot of points, but I do. And so does Stevie Y. And that's what matters. At number 9, Utah. Again, getting Iginla is a big thing for them. Along with Simasev and Boot, they look pretty primed in the future. This is going to be a very scary team once they get all these prospects up and going. And at number 10, my team, my home team, the Philadelphia Flyers. Matvei Michkov is going to be everything that was promised to us. Oliver Bonk, steady two-way defenseman. He's going to be solid, maybe not a first liner, but second liner for sure. And Jet Luchenko, I wasn't the biggest fan of him initially. I really wasn't. But you know what? He's a playmaker. He is exactly what the Flyers need, and he's going to be solid for the team. I can't wait to see him come over. Now picks 11 through 20. I'm just going to go lift him off really quick and then just give you like a few guys that I like from the barrel. Number 11, Carolina, led by Alexander Nikishin. He's going to be over in SKA for at least another year, but when he comes over, he is going to be a powerhouse to reckon for. He's kind of carrying the load for Carolina, but Dominic Badinka, he's no slouch either. He was taken in the second round last year. I really liked him. Calgary at 12. Well, it's led by Hanzek and Parekh. I really like both of them. It's not very, very strong after that, but they've got some star power up front, guys who I really, really like. Calgary needs a lot more. I think they're going to be bottoming out, and they're going to hopefully get this prospect pool a little bit more loaded for the future. Number 13, Seattle and Berkeley Catton. Come on. Great draft for them. They're keeping it going. They're bringing more guys up. It's going to be solid for Seattle. Winnipeg takes number 14. Brad Lambert and Braden Yeager should be amazing, and they should slot in for the roster next year. I'm a big fan of both those guys. At 15, we have Nashville, almost the Kings of the offseason. They lost Askarov, which kind of holds them back from being the Kings of the offseason for me. I mean, they have David Edstrom, who's on his third team. Joachim Kemmel's going to be solid as well. Number 16, the Washington Capitals. Look, Ryan Leonard is great. Even Miroshnichenko is great. Cole Hudson's great. Terry Parasak is great. No one else really. That's too special. I want to see Washington kind of suck and get a few more guys that will be really special soon. But Ryan Leonard, man, when he comes over, he's going to be a beast. I'm telling you. Number 17, we have St. Louis. Yes, Dvorsky and Juracek aren't my favorite prospects, but I think they're still growing. They've got guys that are their type of guys, their type of system that they like to play. I mean, who am I to hate on it? Of course. New Jersey Devils take 18th spot. Anton Salayev, great pick. They've got a lot of good defensemen, but again, it kind of tapers off. They need a little bit more to kind of support the core if they're not going to be those big power play guys that we kind of want to see from New Jersey. Number 19, Dallas. Liam Bixel leads the way. Of course, there's Maverick Bork and Emil Hemming as well, but Liam Bixel, he should be really solid this year. And number 20, the Florida Panthers. Look, people have them a lot lower. I like Mackie Samoskevich, but I also like the depth. Linus Eriksson, Matvei Shuravin. That's why they're at 20 for me and not a lot lower. So yeah, that's my 1 through 20. Let's talk about the prospect pools that aren't as strong. Going from 21 to 32, Colorado, they've got Callum Ritchie, they've got Gulyayev, and they got Sean Barons. But there's not really much after that, but hey, they don't need to. They're a championship contender. Followed by Ottawa. Of course, Carter Yakimchuk's great. Zach Ostapchuk should be solid, but again, where else? In Vancouver, they have Jonathan Lekkerimäki and Tom Wielander, but not much else. I'm a big fan of Vancouver going forward, though. I can't wait till Lekkerimäki joins the roster. Look at that. It's going to be great. 24 through 26 is going to be New York, Pittsburgh, and Edmonton. Biggest name out of there is Edmonton's Matthew Savoie. Traded to them by Buffalo for kind of pennies on the dollar. I was really surprised by that one. Pittsburgh, of course, has Rucker McGroarty, and, New York has Gabe Perreault. But again, they're not as strong. There should be contending teams. I mean, Pittsburgh, rough. We're going to see them probably be better in the future. We'll see what happens with them. Now, finally, 27 through 32, I've got Los Angeles at 27, New York Islanders at 28, Vegas at 29, Toronto at 30, Tampa Bay at 31, and Boston at 32. Yzerman is good for the Islanders, but again, no real stars out of the back end of this pool. There are some guys that I think can contribute, but it's not really worth talking about too much. There you have it. Those are my rankings of all of the teams' prospect pools going into this season. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw and kind of want to read something more in depth about these prospect pools, I just published an article in depth about all these prospect pools. What makes them great? More than 3 players mentioned in every single slide. Yeah, definitely go check that out. I really put a lot of work into it. I would love for all of you guys to check that out. I've got more stuff coming up in the future. And definitely keep tabs on newwavehockey.com. I post in there all the freaking time, whenever I want to, about whatever I want. Whatever I can't really turn into a video. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Link Dansevich. Fashionably dressed, but fashionably late to making a new video. Thank you again. Signing off.